Lands of thirst and blood, lions versus hyenas, an unforgettable battle. Silence the noise of the world around you, adjust the volume to match the thrill ahead, and get ready to embark on an epic journey, a wild tale that surpasses any animal conflict you've ever heard of. In the heart of what is known as the Horn of Africa lies a harsh land where rain rarely dares to fall. There, in a semi-arid region east of Ethiopia's capital Addis Ababa, the year 1999 became a symbol of choking dust, scorching sun, and a legendary confrontation that, 26 years later, is still told in trembling voices by the families of the Afar tribe. And now, we'll take you to relive the experience minute by minute, from the very week when the kings of the savannah clashed with a fearless clan of hyenas unafraid of death. At an altitude of 1,900 meters in this rocky plain surrounded by volcanic hills and nearly leafless acacia shrubs lies a region of Ethiopia that barely received 110 millimeters of rainfall in 1998 and only 67 millimeters in 1999. This became alarming, considering the expected annual average was around 100 millimeter. The wells dried up, streams turned into hardened mud, and only one watercourse remained, fed by underground springs. And as this narrow stream flowed, two great animal forces collided. On one side was the lion pride known as Bekele. They were 9 adults, 2 dominant males, 4.5 years old, Bekele, the stronger one, and his brother Amari. They were accompanied by 6 experienced lionesses, Leah, Salome, Janae, Aisha, Malika, and Fauna, along with 6 cubs born 7 months earlier. Physically, Bekele's males were impressive. It's believed each weighed between 180 to 200 kilograms, packed with muscle from the constant effort of patrolling a territory spanning 23 square kilometers. On the other side stood the Nafisa clan, 40 fierce spotted hyenas led by the matriarch Nafisa, an 8-year-old female with a partially twisted jaw, a result of an old fight with a rival. Among her top lieutenants were Zuri and Halima, large females, each coordinating up to 12 huntresses. Contrary to the folklore that paints them as mere scavengers, spotted hyenas are powerful hunters with exceptional tactics. Their greatest strengths are coordination and vocal communication. Their loud laughs carry encrypted messages about the size of a rival group, a spotted prey, distance, or even social rank. While science only confirmed this in 2004 through studies by behavioral scientist Dr. Miriam Jida, the Afar tribe had long understood it simply by observation over generations. As for the bloody confrontation to come, it's likely that the dry summer of 1999 had the greatest influence, especially with scorching midday temperatures reaching 43 degrees Celsius. At that time, dozens from the Afar tribe were walking in a single line toward Gudo to fill their water bags. They had chosen that time of day because predators would typically be hiding from the sun, resting in the shade. But something broke the pattern that day. Shadows lurked. Scouts from Nafisa's hyena clan were already there, exploring the stream and scoping out opportunities. Something was stirring. They were restless. The men of the tribe had always fortified their territory and placed sentinels at night for their safety. These sentries constantly watched the silent war waged between the region's apex predators. That night, a warm breeze carried the scent of a decaying zebra, killed at dawn by the lions, who had eaten their fill. But for the hyenas, the smell meant opportunity. The clan advanced, hoping to share both land and the kill with the feline kingdom. By dawn, the lions and hyenas were already dangerously close to one another. The hyena matriarch was accompanied by 12 strong fighters, facing the carcass, insufficient to feed the entire clan. So she advanced toward the lion cubs. The drums of war sounded, driven by hunger. As the sun neared the horizon, the hyenas formed a semicircle and began barking in short, rhythmic bursts, testing the nerves of their enemies. The male lions of Bekele took a step forward, ready for confrontation. A skirmish broke out. No casualties yet, just a test of strength and tactics. But the bloodshed was clearly coming. Then the hyenas pulled back, as if they decided to hunt elsewhere. 2 more days passed. The wind shifted, carrying the scent of a coming storm. The sky finally granted rain. It was time. But the rain wasn't enough to fill the rivers. That stream remained the only source of water and relief. Later that evening, just after sunset, Amari and Bekele led 4 lionesses to the water stream to quench their thirst. Meanwhile, Halima led 18 hyenas to the opposite bank. But the hyenas were bold. They didn't want to share land with lions. They drew closer. Amari roared, his voice tearing through the descending night like a blade. He leapt and struck a hyena who had dared come too close. Blood stained the sand. It was the first kill. The hyenas retreated, but tension grew. Revenge was near. From a distance, the Afar tribespeople watched, knowing something major was about to unfold. The next day, rangers from the local reserve visited the tribe to deliver water and supplies. Though the rain offered hope for crops, people couldn't wait for the land to grow again. The locals reported everything to the guides. They said, "A war is unfolding between the hyenas and the lions. We're watching everything." At dawn on another day, Nafisa laid her trap. She knew the lions were tired from night patrols and rotating shifts. Bekele was alone, inspecting an open area near the village. The hyenas launched their strike. 7 hyenas barked to distract him while Zuri flanked the left side. Bekele turned and found himself facing 8 more hyenas, ready to bring him down. He roared in fury. From afar, his brother heard him. Amari responded with a roar of his own and ran to help. When he arrived, Bekele had already fallen, breathing heavily, surrounded by hyenas high on adrenaline. Bekele tried to rise, but his body was too injured. He collapsed, consumed by pain. For Amari, grief turned into rage. The burden was now his. His mind was filled with vengeance. He charged in, killing 2 hyenas instantly. The others retreated. They knew the lionesses were coming. They couldn't face a full pride. Amari began rallying the lionesses, preparing for a decisive strategy. Far from the lazy male stereotype, Amari stood at the front. His mission: protect the cubs, eliminate rivals, and avenge his brother. The hyena clan was large, but not all would fight. Many stayed back to guard the cubs. Still, they believed they could win. This wasn't the time to wait. It was time for vengeance. The lions advanced, seizing the moment as the hyenas feasted on a zebra. Amari struck like lightning, biting into one's throat. The lionesses killed 2 more. The rest fled. That day was a dark omen for the hyenas. The lions weren't retreating. They would keep hunting their enemies, even during what should have been their resting hours. The search resumed. Soon, they found the clan again, now face to face. No escape. Only one apex predator would dominate this land. Both sides knew it. Amari emerged with the lionesses and charged the hyenas. In an instant, the savannah became a wild battlefield. Roars, screams, dust, and blood everywhere. Within minutes, 7 hyenas fell. 2 lionesses were injured but would survive. The numbers kept rising. 8, 10, 11 hyenas on the ground. Nafisa, the matriarch, knew it was over. Still, she refused to surrender. With cunning laughs, she called the entire clan one last time. The female hyenas lined up, trying desperately to shield their queen. But Amari had made his decision. He would end this. He ran past the defenders, enduring bites without flinching. His eyes were blazing. He reached Nafisa and bit her neck. She fell instantly. With the queen down, the clan broke. Halima tried to organize a retreat, but it was too late. Only a few hyenas escaped, those left to care for the cubs. The rest were slaughtered. The lions didn't eat the hyenas. They left the bodies to rot as a message. This land belongs to one king only, the lion. But the revenge wasn't finished. The lions retreated briefly to rest, waiting for nightfall. This time, Amari and Leah followed a scent, not of their cubs, but of hyena cubs. They wanted to finish the mission completely. They found 6 hyena cubs and a few adults watching over them. They attacked instantly, killing them all in brutal fashion. To an observer, it might seem cruel, but to lions, it was about eliminating future threats. The revenge wasn't easy. It was only 2 lions, and they returned severely wounded. The tribe's watchers hadn't seen the fight, but they heard it. They saw the predators staggering back, licking their wounds. They knew the mission was complete. The next day, they headed to the battlefield to collect the hyena hides. The hides were tanned with salt and sun, turned into drums used in ceremonies, reminders of the ferocity and brutality of that battle. One couldn't overlook the sheer power of the lions that tipped the scales, possibly enhanced by the extreme drought and deadly competition over life's most vital resource. Biologists studied the event deeply. When they heard the story, researchers Jeremy and Carroll released a final report in 2001 in the African Journal of Carnivore Behavior. It concluded, highly social groups can be defeated if they underestimate the raw strength and familial cohesion of rival alliances, especially during severe droughts when every drop of water comes at a deadly cost, a cost paid in blood.